Welcome, my political friends of the interwebs. It's going to be an update video. I'm not giving you guys any kind of updates on my life in a very long time, and so that is exactly what I'm going to do while I clean the Smith & Wesson 686 357 Magnum. But you know what? Before we do anything, anytime you're going to clean a gun, you should always make sure that that gun is safe by unloading. Yeah. Now, this gun had one live round in it. Just one. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I did not know that that was the case. I thought, and this is the God's honest truth, I thought in my heart that this gun had been shot completely empty. And you know what? The primer's been dinged on this, and Cambria, no, I'm sorry, not Cambria, Kit. If you're watching, I don't know how that happened, but it happened on your watch. So I'm going to make you aware of this video. What happened was the hammer hit the primer, but the gun did not fire. Now I don't know why I didn't notice that, but I didn't. Anyway, so that could have been a very bad situation, especially when cleaning a gun. Well, I'm going to put this over here. But just goes to show my point, illustrate my point. Now this gun is safe, it is absolutely empty, but I'm still going to keep the gun pointed in a safe direction, although from time to time it may cover something that I do not wish to destroy, but that's another video. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of weird to me though, because this is the first time that I can remember ever going to unload a gun and thinking that it was unloaded and it not being. So that is really it. That is exactly, that's the best point about this whole video, is that can happen. And that is why when you go to clean your firearms, you make sure that you unload it. I don't care what you think, you make double sure that you unload it. So anyway, I'm not going to keep harping on that, but things like that do happen. So people get killed every year cleaning their guns. All right, I'm going to use a little ballistol. I probably should have put something down, but that's okay. This bench, this wood on this bench has absorbed a lot of crap over the years. It's not horribly dirty, but it definitely needed cleaned. That is for sure. Okay. All right, so what's going on in my life? Well, now I don't believe I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it now. Yours truly, the Colonel, is going to be going to the Faroe Islands. That is right, the Faroe Islands. I might as well put that down there. The Faroe Islands is a island chain, I guess a chain. I'm not really sure. I'll have to do some homework on that. But it's islands that are above, somewhere up north of England. It is where the Vikings dwelled at one point and launched their raids on England. I don't know what England was called back then, but I mean, it was called England. I don't know. But anyway, the Vikings. I'm going to have to watch that. I have watched a couple episodes of that History Channel series, Vikings, and it was pretty badass. It really was pretty badass. But anyway, I am going to go there primarily. This is going to be a multi-tiered mission for me. But primarily, I am going there to show my moral support and physical support for the Faroe, I guess Faroese is the right way to pronounce the people, or just the good people of the Faroe Islands. I'm going there to support them in their efforts to feed their people. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Every year, the people of the Faroe Islands whale hunt. They call whales that are indigenous to the waters around their islands. And they bring them in and they slaughter them, and everybody gets a share of that bounty. The people show up with their wheelbarrows down on the beach, fill their wheelbarrows up, and take the meat, the whale meat, home, and put it into their freezers, or preserve that whale meat, however they do. My guess is in today's world they probably put them in freezers. I may be wrong about that. Maybe they smoke it. I have no idea. I'll find out though, because I will be there amongst the people. That's right, the good people of the Faroe Islands. I am so looking forward to it. Now, here's the thing. I don't know how many of you really truly understand the whale hunting situation on this planet. But there are people who hunt whale for food. The whales that they hunt are not endangered. They're not on the extinction to be extinct list or any of that crap, but they are food. And I don't really, you know, there's a lot of arguments for and against, but mostly against. But I don't really distinguish between a whale or deer. I mean, to me, I've been hunting white-tailed deer most of my life. Been hunting most of my life. So, you know, I've never understood how people who are, you know, where they say they're pro hunters, but then they support that whole sea shepherd nonsense. They support that Paul Watson and his Enviro Nut Job group, the you know, that sea shepherd. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Whale Wars or not, but yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous because these people interfere with people's rights. Listen, I know I told you there's a multi-tiered mission for me. One of my missions is going to be to document Sea Shepherd, to document their human rights violations. Okay, human rights violations. And I know there are people right now going, "What are you talking about? Human rights violations?" Well, let me tell you something. It is a fundamental right for human beings to feed themselves. And the people of Faroe Islands have been hunting whale forever as a source of food. Okay, it is a fundamental human right to be able to exist. It is a fundamental human right to be able to fend for yourself, to forage and hunt for food. That is a human right. And when somebody gets in between that, then that is a human rights violation. So they are violating, Sea Shepherd is violating the human rights of the people of the Faroe Islands. I don't know that there's any other way to look at it if you want to know the truth. I know that there are some people who will probably argue that with me, but the fact of the matter is that they're not hunting whales to put a whale head on their wall. They're not trophy hunting. This isn't about, you know, look at what the giant whale I killed was. No, it's all about subsistence. It's all about feeding their families. That's what it's about. That's why I'm willing to get on an airplane and fly my ass halfway across the world. Because I am sick and tired of these nut job groups, the lunatic fringe on the left, with all their little lunatic causes. I'm just so sick and tired of them making life miserable for the rest of us. Seriously. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I'm sick and tired of it. Somebody needs to fight back. Somebody needs to draw a line in the sand and say enough is enough. You know? People first. People first. I am so sick and tired of them trying to claim the moral high road, the earth first. Let me tell you something. Most hunters and most people who make their living off of resources that dwell on the earth are not looking to destroy the earth. They're not looking to destroy their food source. Okay? So when I hear these nut jobs spew this nonsense, and see, here's the biggest problem too. Most people aren't educated at all. So they don't really get, okay, what's really happening here. They don't really get the agenda of the Sea Shepherd types, which is literally to, I mean, listen, let's keep it real. These freaking people would have us living in caves, huddled over a dung fire if it was up to them. Well, you know what? And I stand corrected. They would not have us huddled over a dung fire. They would have us freezing to death because the very burning of dung would be polluting the atmosphere. I mean, somebody has to say enough is enough. The Faroese people have the right to feed themselves. They have that basic human right. And I mean, I don't know how anybody can disagree with that. So, I'll have a lot more to say on this subject, but I will tell you, I just really kind of wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing. I'm going in September, early September. I don't know if I want to tell you the exact date, because I don't know who all is going to be listening to this, but I'm going in early September, and I'm going to be going with Admiral Murano, also known as Propaganda Buster, and Colonel Shun of Japan. And we're going to go there, and we're going to document the human rights violations. I'm going there to support morally and physically the people of the Faroe Islands. Now, having said that, I would love to partake in helping them feed their people. I would love to be part of the hunting itself, the whale hunting itself. You know, I've been a hunter all my life, since I was 7. Really, I killed my first squirrel when I was 7 years old with a .22 long rifle. And cleaned it, and I don't believe I cooked it. I think my grandmother cooked it, but it wasn't all that much longer before I started cooking squirrel. And I will tell you that I completely and absolutely support hunting rights in general, and I would love to partake in the whale hunt, especially knowing that it would be going to help feed the people of the Faroe Islands. Now, I don't know if they're going to allow me to be part of that or not. I hope they will. And if they will, then I will definitely be right there with them. I'm not really sure, but I have been told that there's a fair chance, because I am such an avid hunter, that I might be able to hunt duck and goose out in the ocean on a boat with a shotgun. Yeah, they've got an interesting type of duck and type of goose there. They're called drone ducks and drone geese, and they're really interesting. They're really not fast flyers, but it should be challenging nonetheless because you're on a boat that's kind of moving. You know, you're out in the ocean. So I will definitely be testing my marksmanship skills with these drone ducks and drone geese. So that I'm pretty sure is going to happen. You know, that I'm pretty sure is going to happen. But most importantly, irregardless of if the people of Faroe Islands or the people in charge of the whale hunt or whale call, irregardless if they allow me to partake in the actual harvesting of the whales, know this, that I will be there to counter any kind of aggression or to counter any kind of human rights violations that are being perpetrated by the idiots, the nut jobs, the lunatics, the lunatic left called Sea Shepherd. That's right. I will be there with bells on. I will be there with bells on. So, looking forward to that. Now, what else is going on in my life? Well, you know what? What time is it? Oh my God, it's over 12 minutes. I don't have time to tell you what else is going on in my life. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you support the Faroese people's right to hunt whales. Let me know about your feelings about whale hunting in general. I'm definitely pro whale hunting. Now, I would not be for the hunting of any species that was endangered. But that's not what's going on here. Okay, I'm not even sure if there's any whales that are still on the endangered list. I know that at one point, I think it was the humpback or the sperm whale, one of the two, there was probably a few others. But the whales that are being harvested at the Faroe Islands, my understanding is they are not part of that. And the harvested whales, the actual number of whales that the Faroese harvest is really not that big. And you know, it's like anything else in life. It's probably good for the population as a whole, and I mean not just the population of Faroe Islands, but the whale population, to actually have some of their numbers culled. I know a lot of you people are like, "What did he just say?" No, you know exactly what I just said. Whether you agree with it or not, that's a totally different story. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Well, see ya.